Hello agents, welcome back to Boosted Gaming. So today we have a brand new build video for you. This one's an all red build. This one is a Dark Hours Boomer build to inflict the most amount of damage on Boomer that you can. And it's insane because he's going to continue to stack damage even after he's up and walking. So diving straight into this build, you can see we've opted for the Demolitionist as our specialization for no real reason other than to, I don't know, I just like grenade launchers. Diving into the actual weapon here, you can see we've opted for our Eagle Bear, which is hitting at 112,000. The talent Eagle Strike increases accuracy as you continuously fire. Headshot kills grant tenacity for 15 seconds. Tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots, 5% for headshots. The downside is tenacity can also kill you because 40 to 80% of damage taken is delayed until the buff expires. However, all the total delayed damage is reduced for each enemy killed while the buff is active up to 100% with 3 kills. So, if you have tenacity active, try to get 3 kills so that way you don't inflict any damage upon yourself. Going here to our secondary, you can see we opted for the Baker's Dozen, primarily because 1, this was God rolled, but 2, because it came with Perfect Lucky Shot as the talent. That's Baker's Dozen for you, giving you an increase of your mag capacity to 30%, as well as any shots that are missed from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine, so you're never running through and losing ammo, which is always fantastic. Going here to our TDI card custom, this is our pistol. This is what we use primarily because 1, it brings a skill tier, but as you guys know, it brings in sync, and that's what we've rolled into it, but primarily because of the skill tier. And it's just my go-to pistol for everything. Diving into the actual mask here, you can see we've opted for our Grupo mask, 15% critical hit damage with a 1-piece. This one was more or less triple God rolled, and you can see we've got a max critical hit damage mod in there as well. Going down into our chest piece, you can see we've opted for the Seska chest, primarily because we wanted that critical hit chance. We want to keep up our chance as much as we can, and this one allows us to do that. So you can see it doesn't have the best rolls. We can definitely get a better one with better critical hit chance and critical hit damage, but we wanted all red here as well. And then obviously you can see a critical damage mod. The talent we rolled into it was Glass Cannon. All damage you deal is amplified by 25%. Any damage you take is amplified by 50%. Now we get into the actual gear pieces here themselves for Negotiators Dilemma, and this is the meat and potatoes of the build. So you guys can see this is going to be piece 1 of 4. This is our holster. And this one here has low weapon damage, and we rolled in max critical hit damage. So obviously there's room to grow and room to do more damage in this build. Our second piece here is our knee pads, and again you can see we have a low weapon damage roll. We're missing about 4% there. We're missing another 4% with our holster, but we have critical hit damage all the way up to maxed out. Going here into our gloves, you can again see we are missing a little bit with weapon damage, but critical hit damage is max rolled. And then you can see our backpack here, which came with decent weapon damage, but definitely missing 4% roughly there, as well as critical hit damage that we rolled in with a decent critical damage mod. And what the Negotiator's Dilemma brings with it as a 4-piece would be, with the 2 pieces, you get 15% critical hit chance. You jump to 3 pieces, you get critical hit damage at 20%. And then the 4-piece unlocks the actual hostile negotiation talent. Critical hits mark enemies for 20 seconds, up to 3 marks total. When you critically hit a marked enemy, all other marked enemies take 60% of that damage dealt. And whenever a marked enemy dies, you gain 2% critical hit damage, stacking up to 20 times or until combat ends. Which is great in a raid like Dark Hours because you're going to keep getting adds until the boss dies. So you're going to be stacking that critical hit damage all the time. You can see, like I said, the core attributes and attributes are not where we want them to be, but it is what it is. And then you can see here that the backpack we opted for because of the critical measure talent increases the hostile negotiations damage to additional marked enemies goes from 60 to 100% damage dealt. So anytime you critically hit a marked enemy, all other marked enemies will now take 100% of the damage dealt. So we obviously want to be able to hit really hard. You can see here we've opted for a drone, primarily to be a nuisance, and then obviously we opted for a chem. Now what you could do, and what I will probably end up doing, especially because it's a raid, is I'm going to swap this here to my revive hive, and I'll keep my chem and my revive hive here. And that way I don't have to worry about a drone, because the drone's not going to do much for me in terms of picking me up should I go down, which could potentially happen. But getting into the actual meat and potatoes, and seeing what this build can do overall, you can see here that just with our Eagle Blader alone, which is going to be the primary weapon that we're using all the time, we're at 56% critical hit chance and 200% critical hit damage, and that's without anything stacking. So that's without any of the negotiators stacking critical hit damage. So you can already see that we're doing a ton of damage, and with the backpack we're increasing that from 60 to 100%. So the amount of damage that we're going to be outputting is going to be huge. So this is going to be, like I said, for Boomer, because not only will you be doing damage to Boomer while he's walking, but you're also knocking ads down even quicker, and you're just going to be outputting a ton of damage. I really say that this should be for a person on the inside that's kind of got control of a switch and can kind of hold down a corner. But again, this could be for a kiter as well. It's all about what works well with your team. But like I said, guys, this is great for Boomer because it's going to be tons of damage constantly being dealt. So that's all I got for this one, though, guys. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that sub button, share the page with your friends, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below what you think of the build overall. Like I said, a lot of damage output, especially with Boomer, because you're going to be constantly hitting him with all kinds of damage, even while he's walking. It's the beauty of it. But thanks, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Till then, y'all stay classy. Peace.